When it comes to masculine motivation drawn from biblical and historical figures, few names resonate more deeply than that of King Solomon. Known as the wisest man who ever lived, Solomon authored some of the most profound works in biblical literature: Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. Each of these texts offers timeless lessons on wisdom, leadership, and the pursuit of a fulfilling life, qualities every modern man can aspire to. In this video, we'll explore Solomon's life and his writings to uncover the secrets behind his unmatched wisdom, his rise to immense wealth, and how his teachings in Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon can motivate today's men to lead with integrity, purpose, and strength. The rise of Solomon. A king born for greatness. Solomon was the son of King David, one of the greatest kings in Israel's history, and Bathsheba. From the moment of his birth, Solomon was destined for greatness. He inherited a united and powerful kingdom from his father, but more importantly, he inherited David's faith in God. One of the defining moments of Solomon's life occurred early in his reign, when God appeared to him in a dream and offered to give him anything he desired. Solomon's response was not one of greed, but of humility. He asked for wisdom to govern his people well. This request pleased God so much that he granted Solomon not only wisdom, but also wealth and honor beyond measure. Solomon's leadership choices also contributed to the prosperity of Israel, building the first temple in Jerusalem, which became the center of worship for Jews and a symbol of Israel's covenant with God. His reign brought unprecedented peace, known as the Golden Age of Israel, emphasizing the profound relationship between righteous leadership and national prosperity. For men today, this is an important lesson. True leadership isn't about selfish ambition or greed. It's about serving others wisely. Solomon didn't ask for wealth or power. He asked for wisdom, a quality that can help any man navigate the complexities of life and relationships. His humility at the height of power demonstrates that true strength lies in the ability to lead not by dominance, but by understanding and discernment. Moreover, Solomon's wisdom in governance attracted tribute and alliances from neighboring kingdoms, including Egypt and Tyre, further securing Israel's position in the ancient world. His story reflects that leadership based on wisdom creates stability, not only within a kingdom, but also across international relations. The Book of Proverbs, timeless wisdom for today's men. One of Solomon's greatest legacies is the Book of Proverbs, a collection of wise sayings that offer practical advice on how to live a life of integrity, discipline, and success. These proverbs were not just for the men of ancient Israel, but for anyone seeking to lead a purposeful life. In Proverbs, Solomon writes about the importance of wisdom, self-discipline, and hard work. He emphasizes that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, reminding men that true wisdom starts with acknowledging a higher power. This doesn't necessarily mean living in fear, but rather living with respect, humility, and a sense of accountability. Many of Solomon's proverbs speak directly to the values that define masculinity: strength, courage, and honor. Take, for example, Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. This verse speaks to the importance of brotherhood and accountability among men. In today's world, where competition often overshadows camaraderie, Solomon reminds us that real strength comes from building up those around us. Ecclesiastes, reflections on the meaning of life. While Proverbs provides practical wisdom, Ecclesiastes delves into the philosophical. In this book, Solomon reflects on the meaning of life and the pursuit of happiness. He begins with the sobering declaration that all is vanity, reflecting on the fleeting nature of worldly pursuits like wealth, pleasure, and power. For the modern man, Ecclesiastes offers a wake-up call. Chasing after material success or superficial pleasures will ultimately leave you empty. Solomon, a man who had everything, riches, power, fame, still found himself unfulfilled by these things. He writes, "Whoever loves money never has enough. The pursuit of material wealth is endless and often leads to disillusionment." Instead, Solomon advocates for a balanced approach to life. In Ecclesiastes 3, he famously writes that there is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. For men, this means recognizing that life is full of highs and lows, and that success is found in maintaining perspective. There's a time to work hard, and a time to rest, a time to be ambitious, and a time to be content. Solomon urges us to focus on what truly matters: relationships, integrity, and living a life of purpose. Song of Solomon, love and relationships. While Proverbs and Ecclesiastes focus more on wisdom and the meaning of life, Song of Solomon, also known as Song of Songs, dives deep into the theme of love and relationships. It's a passionate and poetic book that celebrates the beauty of romantic love, often seen as a metaphor for the relationship between God and His people. However, its depiction of love also provides valuable insights for men seeking to cultivate meaningful and respectful romantic relationships. At its core, the Song of Solomon teaches that love is not only about physical attraction, but about emotional intimacy and mutual respect. This stands as a profound counterbalance to many of today's superficial portrayals of relationships in media. In the context of masculine motivation, Song of Solomon teaches men about the importance of deep, meaningful relationships. It speaks to the need for emotional vulnerability, respect, and cherishing those we love. Solomon's passionate writings remind men that love is not just about physical attraction, but about emotional and spiritual connection. Research today shows that emotional intelligence and vulnerability are key components of healthy relationships, allowing partners to communicate and grow together. Solomon's poetic language illustrates the importance of devotion and admiration in romantic relationships, emphasizing that true love requires consistent effort, nurturing, and deep emotional engagement. This book also highlights the importance of mutual respect in relationships. Solomon's words express admiration and devotion to his beloved, showing modern men the value of treating romantic partners with care and respect. In a world where relationships are often transactional or superficial, Song of Solomon reminds us that true love requires commitment, admiration, and understanding. Furthermore, sociological studies on long-term relationships affirm this principle, noting that mutual respect and admiration are key indicators of relationship satisfaction. Solomon's celebration of love highlights that masculinity includes the strength to be vulnerable, loyal, and deeply connected to one's partner. Lessons from Solomon's life: wisdom, wealth, and the dangers of excess. Solomon's life, though filled with wisdom and wealth, also serves as a cautionary tale. Despite his unparalleled wisdom, he made mistakes later in life that led to his downfall. His accumulation of wealth and wives. He famously had 700 wives and 300 concubines, led him away from his original focus on God. Solomon allowed these excesses to distract him from his responsibilities, and as a result, his kingdom suffered. For modern men, Solomon's story serves as a reminder that even the wisest and most powerful can fall if they lose sight of their values. Wealth, fame, and success are not inherently bad, but when they become the sole focus of a man's life, they can lead to ruin. The key to Solomon's wisdom was his understanding of balance. He recognized that material success should never replace spiritual fulfillment or personal integrity. In Proverbs, he writes, "Better a little with righteousness than much gain with injustice." This is a powerful lesson for men who are constantly bombarded with messages equating success with wealth or status. Solomon's legacy for the modern man. Solomon's life and writings offer profound lessons for men today. His wisdom, as reflected in Proverbs, teaches us to live with integrity, discipline, and humility. Ecclesiastes reminds us to focus on what truly matters in life: relationships, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. And Song of Solomon shows us the beauty of deep, meaningful love. Yet, Solomon's life also serves as a warning about the dangers of excess and losing sight of one's values. In a world that often emphasizes wealth, power, and pleasure, Solomon's story teaches us that true success lies in wisdom, balance, and a life lived with purpose. As modern men seeking to live lives of strength, integrity, and wisdom, we can look to Solomon as both an inspiration and a cautionary tale. By embracing his wisdom and learning from his mistakes, we can lead lives that are not only successful, but also meaningful, fulfilling, and grounded in truth. And that's a wrap on the life and wisdom of King Solomon, one of the most influential figures in history. If you found this video helpful and you're ready to apply Solomon's wisdom to your own life, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. Let me know in the comments which lesson from Solomon resonated with you the most. And as always, stay motivated and stay wise.